Good morning, Bitcoin. Today is Monday, August 14th, 2017. My name is Thomas Hunt, and here's what's happening today in Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin is at a new all-time high every time I look at it. Right now, it's at 42.90 with an all-time high of 42.93 and 50 cents. Who knows how long this is going to last? The average price of Bitcoin is 42.42. Something magical about that number. The price is up 8.33% in the last 24 hours, with a high of 42.43 and a low of 39.17. As Business Insider says, Bitcoin has broken $4,000. They need to update that article, though. It should say 42 or maybe even 4,300 now. Goldman Sachs. Here's how we'll know when Bitcoin's top is in. Goldman Sachs is bragging that their analyst predicted her target of 36.91, which has now been passed. She predicts that it could go as high as 48.27 before a potential correction that could push Bitcoin down to 2221. I love having all these numbers. It makes it so much easier. Speaking of easy, Bitcoin satellites, Blockstream hints at their coming first release. In a rather over-dramatic video, Blockstream told us all about their new project. Actually, they didn't really tell us anything. They showed us pictures of space and far too many words. But at the very end, as Cointelegraph does note, there's a satellite and a claim that they're going to connect everyone in the world together. So we don't know if this is like a Bitcoin satellite like Jeff Garzik was talking about, allow people to send transactions from their phone no matter where they are on the globe. We don't know if this is Lightning transactions on some kind of network and they're just using a space theme. We don't know. For all it could be, all we know, it could be janitorial supplies. We have no idea. But we excitingly and look forward to the release from Blockstream. And finally today, congratulations to Coinbase for becoming the first Bitcoin unicorn. We barely celebrated this and hardly noticed as the price continued to climb and all of the Bcash scaling drama. But congratulations to Coinbase, the unicorn. And if everyone could give us a thumbs up and a share. We're joined by Tone Vase with a check of the market. How's it going, Tone?
Hey guys, going good, going good. Got to Toronto. We got the big event coming up. Can't wait to go there later and check that out. Hey, let's talk about the price. Once again, we are waking up to an all-time high. Here's the weekly chart, and the weekly chart has not changed at all. We are now on number 5, according to one of my indicators. So this week has just started as of today, and I'm looking for this to get to a number 9. How high it will get, I have no idea. I mean, Goldman Sachs can put out their price highs as much as they want, but they have no idea either. No one does, okay? I am trying to time a top using time analysis, not price analysis. I have no clue what number will top it. The 5,000 is a major psychological mark, so there could be some hiccups there. Beyond that, we're looking at 10,000 as the psychological mark. The weekly chart is good to go green and at least 4 to 5 more weeks of upside. Now, you got to be careful with the current week. If the current week gets too high, it might be very difficult for that 9 to stay green because the 9 has to beat the 5. Okay, so talks to come. Here is, again, here is the Bitstamp daily chart. There was a 9 telling you that there is a potential take profit situation high, but clearly it didn't last very long, and this week has already kicked off huge. But this, today has already kicked off huge. The day is only half over, so who knows how this day is going to end. If this day ends on a reversal hammer candle and a complete drop in price back to 4K, that could still be an indication that there is a little pullback in Bitcoin. Meanwhile, the Bitfinex chart, that one is already at a brand new count. So even though this 9 was a potential take profit situation, you can go back into the market right here. You could have gone back into the market yesterday, but remember, yesterday gave you a 9 on the Bitstamp chart, so I would have been cautious. Right now, it looks like business as usual, and I would probably be looking to buy back in if I did take my profit on the 9. However, the hourly chart hit a 9. I don't normally show the hourly chart, but if you notice, there's another 9 right here on the current hour. So right now, I would still be a little bit cautious on the hourly chart. Maybe it'll have a little bit of a pullback back down to 4,100 before going back up. So just like what happened with this 9, you see how after this 9, we had about 5-hour pullback, and then we started to go up. And there's the 12 here. This is the next hour could have a little bit of a downturn. And after that, we could potentially go back up. So this is still your profit-taking zone, but you should still generally stay long Bitcoin because the weekly chart is saying that we're going to go back up. So that's pretty much my, those are pretty much my opinions on the matter. Didn't mean to show the live chat there. Was just gonna switch on my camera so you guys can see me here in Toronto. If there's any questions, I can take a question, and then I guess I'll throw it back to you, Thomas.
Now, Tone, I've heard the idea that whenever Bitcoin dips, people are buying it. Is there just too much demand for Bitcoin right now?
Yeah, there's a lot of demand for Bitcoin right now, and like I'm seeing a lot more people like that have been watching Bitcoin for like years and finally starting to get in. And in addition, there was a huge, delay because of this stupid hard fork. There's like 6 months of demand that was sitting on the sidelines. So not only would we have insane demand right now because of the all-time highs, where that demand is basically doubled because of the people that would have gotten in 6 months, over the last 6 months, are finally getting in now. So the OTC demand is off the charts, and the buy the dip part is more for the old school people. Also, a lot of people stopped trading because of the hard fork in order to get their Bcash. And now these people are back in the market, they're back in trading. So like the demand for Bitcoin all over the place is high. Countries like Japan are starting to be more open to it. We just talked about Russia yesterday. So as the regulatory thing clears up, more and more people feel comfortable that they're not doing anything illegal by buying Bitcoin. So the demand for Bitcoin is just off the charts. But at this rate, we will be going exponential. And if we do hit $10,000, $15,000 per Bitcoin this year, there could be a massive 50% correction, which will probably still leave us higher than the price we're talking about right now. But it's going to be painful, and people will get hurt.
So that's the next question is, are we in the Bitcoin S-curve right now? And I want to say there's a lot of investors who might have bought at, say, 2,500 who are about to double their money at 5,000, probably about ready to sell. But if we're in the S-curve and it goes up more, what should they do?
I'm going to say we're not in the S-curve. Bitcoin is just so illiquid, and there's so few of them. I haven't seen the S-curve adoption. We're getting that S-curve speculation, but not the S-curve adoption. So you really want to separate the two. It's not a one-size-fits-all. If we had an S-curve speculation and an S-curve adoption, things would go completely bonkers, where Bitcoin could go to 100 Gs. Now, the S-curve of adoption will drive the price further than the S-curve of speculation. I guess me and Richard Hart can debate this on a future podcast, because he thinks there's absolutely no adoption. It's only speculation. And I believe the current price move is the speculation, and perhaps it's reaching some S-curve, but speculation is never really an S-curve. It's more like, it's more like a roller coaster heading upwards, because speculation eventually, reverses and people get scared. But once we do hit the S-curve of adoption, things will just go nuts, and that I have not yet seen.
I agree. I do believe it's being adopted for speculation, and it has that secondary use as digital gold, where people are using it as a holding for their wealth, but they're not necessarily using it to send it around very much right now. But we're running out of time. Thanks so much for everybody for watching. If you want to send us a donation, you can send it right here. We've got our Patreon address below if you'd like to join our Patreon. And we'll be back tomorrow. Until then, have a happy Monday. Bye-bye.